This Zoom session is being brought to you by the fractal Black Rose. And I think this one is a particularly pretty one, which is appropriate given that we're getting to a major topic today, which is the quadratic formula. Here is your general quadratic equation. X squared plus b, excuse me, plus bx plus c equals 0, solve for x. We'll use the method of completing the square mentioned last time on Tuesday. Start by dividing throughout by a, so we get a 1 in front of the x squared. X squared plus b over x plus c over a equals 0. Well, 0 over a, but that equals 0. Then transpose the c over a the other side, so x squared plus b over x equals negative c over a. We now proceed to complete the square. Start by taking half of this coefficient b over a, get b over 2a, and we'll square that to get b squared over 4a squared, and add that to both sides. And so get x squared plus b over ax plus b squared over 4a squared equals b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. Now, by completing the square, this left side is equal to the square of x plus this b over 2a plus x plus b over 2a all squared. Now, all right, if you work on this, use some fraction arithmetic, it equals b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared, because we put it all over the lowest common sum, 4a squared. So, okay, x plus b over 2a all squared equals b squared plus that over 4a squared. Now, okay, take square roots of both sides. So x plus b over a equals square root of a plus or minus the square root of this side, plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac over root 4a squared. Now, okay, root 4a squared is this 2a. We transpose the b over 2a, and we get x equals minus b over 2a plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And we usually put it over the common denominator. And so you get x equals negative b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac, all that divided by 2a. A piece of advice in the matter of writing this down, try and make sure you make the root sign long enough and the divide sign longer still. All right, so for example, 2x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, this 3 has a minus in there. Okay, so a is 2, b is 1, c is negative 3, and we plug it into the formula. So minus b minus 1 plus or minus b squared, that's 1 squared, minus 4 times 2 times negative 3, or twice 2. All right, 1 squared is 1, minus a negative is plus, 4 times 2 times 3 is 24, 1 plus 24 is 25, so you get negative 1 plus or minus root 25 over 4. Now, okay, root 25 is a whole number, 5 specifically. So x is negative 1 plus or minus 5 all over 4. Negative 1 plus 5 over 4 is 4/4, or 1. Negative 1 minus 5 over 4 is minus 6/4, or minus 3/2. So x is negative 3/2, or x equals 1. Right. 12t squared minus 5t minus 2 equals 0. A is 12, b is negative 5, c is negative 2 here. And so x equals minus, here's a b negative 5 plus or minus root of b negative 5 squared minus 4 times a 12 times c negative 2. All that divided by twice a, just twice 12. Okay, so if you work this out, churn, it's root 121. 5 plus or minus root 21, all that divided by 24. And root 121 is 11, so 5 plus or minus 11 all over 24. 5 minus 11 over 24 is negative, negative 8/24, which is that right? No, yes? Let's see if minus 6/24, which is minus 1/4. 5 plus 11 over 24 is 16/24, or 2/3. So x is negative 1/4, or 2/3. This will be an imaginary root. 4a squared plus 4a plus 5 is 0. A is 4, b is 4, c is 5. All right, so minus b minus 4 plus or minus b squared, 4 squared minus 4 times A times C, 4 times 4 times 5, or twice A, twice 4. Now, okay, if you work this out, it comes out to negative 64. 4 plus or minus root negative 64 over 8. Since we have a square root of a negative number, it'll be a factor of I, the imaginary unit. Square root of negative 64 is 8I. So we get negative 4 plus or minus 8I over 8. Dividing both of these, the real and imaginary parts, by 8, we get negative 4 eighths, which is negative a half, plus or minus 8 eighths I, or I. So negative 1/2 plus or minus I. All right. So the formula can give you imaginary roots. Now here we're going to get some irrational roots. X squared plus 5x minus 5 is 0. All right, fine. A is 1, so 1 goes here and here. B is 5, so 5 goes here and here. C is negative 5, so negative 5 goes here. And turn. X is negative 5 plus or minus root 45 over 2. Now, okay, root 45. 45 is 9 times 5. Root 9 is 3. Root 5 is 5. So you get x is negative 5 plus or minus 3 root 5, all divided by 2. 2 imaginary roots. 55 has 9h squared minus 6h plus 7 is 0. So, okay, A is 9, here and here. B is negative 6, goes here and here. C is 7, goes here. So you get 6 plus or minus root of negative 216 over 8, or 18. Now, all right, a negative in the root means it's an I. 216 is 36 times 6. Root 36 is 6. So you get 6 plus or minus I times 6 root 6 over 18. After canceling a bunch of factors of 6, you get 1/3 plus or minus I times root 6 divided by 3. So this is both imaginary and irrational. Okay, 61. 18x squared minus a half x plus 1 equals 0. These fractions are annoying. So I'll multiply throughout by the lowest common denominator, which will be an 8. 5. And when you do that, you get x squared minus 4x plus 80. Simple enough. A is 1, so here and here, 1. B is negative 4, so negative 4 here and here. C is 8, so an 8 here. X is minus negative 4 plus or minus root negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 8 over twice 1. This thing in here calculates out to negative 16. So 4 plus or minus root negative 16 over 2. The square root of negative 16 is I times 4. So x is 4 plus or minus I times 4 over 2. Dividing real and imaginary parts by this 2, you get x equals 2 plus or minus I times 2. This is a curious one. X plus 2 times x minus 4 equals 16. Now, if this had been a 0 instead of a 16, you can solve it right away by factor rule. Either x plus 2 is 0, so x is negative 2, or x minus 4 is 0, so x is 4. But here's a 16. So what you have to do what I call breaking a vase in order to glue it back together again. So I expand this. X squared here, minus 4x here, plus 2x here, minus 8 here equals 16. Okay, these add up to x squared minus 2x. Oh, so combine these to get an x squared minus 2x. Transpose an 8 to the other side. Let's get 16 plus 8 is 24 on this side. X squared minus 2x equals 24. This one I choose to do by completing the square. So x squared minus 2x, all you need to add 1 to both sides. X squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 25. The left side will then just be x minus 1 squared equals 25. So taking square roots, x minus 1 is plus or minus root 25, which is 5. Add 1 to both sides. X is 1 plus or minus 5. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. 1 plus 5 is 6. So x is negative 4 or 6. Almost the same problem, only instead of a positive 16, we have a negative 16. As before, we expand this. X squared minus 2x plus minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 equals negative 16. Add 8 to both sides, combine negative 4x plus 2x. X squared minus 2x is negative 8. We complete the square on the left by adding 1 to both sides. X squared minus 2x plus 1 equals negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. X squared minus 2x plus 1 is negative 7. Left side is the square of x minus 1 equals negative 7. Take a square root. X minus 1 is plus or minus root negative 7. Okay, root negative 7 means I root 7. Add 1 to both sides, and you get x equals 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 7. Two imaginary complex roots. Two imaginary irrational roots. Okay, that's this for section 8.